Hi everyone, welcome to Hannah's Home Created. All her home entails whole food cooking, simple beauty tending, and making a home. I'm so excited to bring this video to you guys because it's going to be, I think it's going to be a weekly staple in your home. I know it is. I'm going to be making caramelized brown sugar Brussels sprouts with bacon. I know you guys are going to enjoy it, and that your family's going to be requesting it pretty often, if not every day. So I did a recipe like this on the blog that featured maple syrup and honey. But I don't have maple syrup or honey, so I'm using brown sugar instead. That's another thing about me, is that we use what we have on hand, we use it up. So you're really going to like this as well. So you can go ahead and head over to the blog to see, get the recipe. That information will be down in the description box. Let's go ahead and get into the recipe. It does require a lot of ingredients, which is a great thing. So the first thing that we need to go ahead and do is turn on our oven. And we'll start there. Alright. Alright guys, so I like to preheat my oven first to 375. So for the recipe, we're going to be needing salt, pepper, oil, like a neutral tasting oil, so that would be like avocado oil or grapeseed oil. I, however, like to use grapeseed oil for this recipe. It's very good. And then if you were doing the traditional recipe, it would be maple syrup and honey. We're going to be doing brown sugar, so get a really good quality brown sugar. And then you also want to get good quality bacon. I recommend farm fresh bacon, and then also some delicious farm fresh Brussels sprouts as well. You're going to hear the term farm fresh in a lot of my videos for the whole food cooking, because I really think supporting your local farmers is a must. It's just key. The tools that you're going to need for this recipe are going to entail a baking sheet pan, aluminum foil, and some meat scissors, because we're going to be cutting that bacon up to make sure it's nice and perfect and delicious. Alright guys, so I have the bacon all here. I have it on like a rack underneath. So here's the bacon. Again, you want to go ahead and try to get farm fresh bacon. That is what I highly recommend. Just to support your local farmers, because they really are for you, and I just think it's just great for communities to support communities. And so yes, you want to strive to get farm fresh bacon. I have here some delicious bacon, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is put it inside the oven. So I have like, it's a baking pan with like a rack. It's a baking pan with like a rack, and then I put the bacon on top of there, and then yeah, I just oil the rack a little bit, and then I go ahead and I don't put any seasonings on top of it, no salt, because bacon already has its own unique, delicious, distinct flavor that it adds to any dish. And I go ahead and cook this in the oven on 375, and then I'm going to go ahead and head from there. So let's go ahead and put this into the oven at 375. I want to make sure. Alright, so that bacon is in there at 375. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do, we have our Brussels sprouts defrosting and thawing out a bit. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and cook that bacon. Once that bacon gets cooked, I'm going to use the same pan that I used for the Brussels sprouts, or say the same pan I used for the bacon. I'm going to put those Brussels sprouts in there, and we're going to go ahead and proceed from there. Alright guys, so now that the bacon I turned over, that's cooking and that's getting all good together. So now what I want to go ahead and do is make my homemade sauce for this. It's going to be it's so delicious, so simple, and something that you guys can all do. And I had to think about oh my gosh, this is like so super complicated. You don't have to think about that at all. So again, you want to use a nice neutral oil. I don't have any neutral oils that right now I have just olive oil. So we're going to pour about let me see, about 1/4 cup of olive oil. This amount, guys, really does depend on I don't actually even need that much, because I just don't want too much oil to make our stomachs hurt. Like, you don't want to do too much. So just like enough. I'm still, one of my favorite things to do is eyeball it. I used to think like it was like, how does someone actually eyeball stuff? I used to actually think that way, but I don't think that way anymore. It took practice. That should be good. So actually about 1/4 of a cup of oil instead of 1/3 a cup of olive oil. That might change, I'm not really sure. Then you're gonna go ahead and add some sugar. Now, I know everyone has like, not everyone is a big fan of sugar and things like that, but I'm just using what I have. So I'm gonna be using some organic light brown cane sugar. It's just light brown sugar. Now, the goal for these is to kind of have like that sweet taste with the smoky bacon, hickory smoked bacon. So, you do want to just go ahead and add enough of it. So it can have that syrupy, not syrupy, but just like that perfect sweet tang with it. Like something like that. Alright, and then I'm also going to go ahead and add in some salt. Hold on, let's see. Alright, I don't like to add too much salt because the bacon adds like that nice, that salty flavor that, you know, just can't be denied. And then I also like to add pepper. Now I'm also kind of feeling like to do something special today, so let's see. What in the world? I'm also kind of feeling like doing something a little special today. I'm trying about to do some, we'll rebuke you. Anywho, that's what you guys heard going like, what did you just say? The Lord rebuke you. Anywho. So let's see. The Lord rebuke you. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to be adding is a little bit of some crushed red pepper flakes. My mom won't even know that they're in there. I'm not going to put a lot. Just enough to kind of be like, whoa, this is like really good. I know. I got this. So I'm just add like all those delicious flavor complexities that just make the dish absolutely delicious. I do want to say that's probably definitely not going to be enough. So maybe I was right, 1/3 a cup. You want to add enough oil. Oh, let's see. So 1/3 a cup is probably the correct measurement. And then enough for the brown sugar. Now we don't normally put have brown sugar like we don't have a ton of sugar in our diets, but we do have like a nice amount of natural sugar. And just gonna go ahead and whisk that up. And this is the sauce, guys. You're gonna be like, wow, this is so simple. But if you use maple syrup and honey, it's even better. And then what you're also gonna, you see how it's kind of like jelly, not jelly, but like kind of has like a thick gelatin-like substance. It's gonna be, it looks like those thick sauces like not teriyaki sauce, but like those orange sauce for orange chicken. That's what this kind of looks like. So just go ahead and mix that all up. And no, it's nothing artificial in here. Everything's really fresh. Everything's really fresh. Let me go ahead and get that baked. Bacon can still continue to cook, but I'm just going to go ahead and continue whisking that up. All right, guys. So our Brussels sprouts are all nice and done. Yay! I'm so excited to get those Brussels sprouts all nice and done. So we are so happy to have that brown, not brown stuff. That sounds so unappealing, but those burnt, look, that sounds unappealing too. The charred pieces are adding to the they're from the bacon and stuff like that, so that's completely fine. And I just added some water to kind of help steam these. You don't have to add a ton of water because the Brussels sprouts were frozen, but I am gonna I did add my sauce. I mixed them all around, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add aluminum foil to it and put that in the oven. So we will see you guys once it's done. I have my bacon over here. Let's see, I bake it over here. Yep, that's all nicely cooked. So let's go ahead and get those Brussels sprouts in. Alright guys, here's the final result. Yummy! So excited to just go ahead and dig in. I'm super excited. Here is the pan right now. It's not the most appetizing, but I promise you guys it's so good. And so I'm so excited to try this recipe, and can't wait guys to just really just eat and dive in. I'm so hungry. I'm going to go ahead and plate this up for my mom and I. Please subscribe to my channel. I pray you guys give this a nice thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, also leave me a comment down in the description box if you tried the recipe and how it came out for you, which I know it's going to come out good. Yes, so thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye now.